Hi, I'm Calliope. That's what happens when your mom teaches classics. You get stuck with a name from Greek mythology. Everyone calls me Cal, except my husband Marcus. He always insisted on using my full name, said it was beautiful, like me. That should have been my first clue something was off. Nobody's that perfect. So you actually blocked him? Vanessa stirred her coffee, eyebrows raised. My best friend since college, she'd always been suspicious of Marcus's charm. Just for the weekend. I needed space to think without his constant texting. I scrolled through my phone, showing her the dozens of messages from before I left. See? 28 texts in 3 hours asking where I was, who I was with. That's not concern, Cal. That's control. Remember when he showed up at our girls' night because you didn't answer for an hour? He brought us wine, I defended weakly. He checked your location app first. Normal people don't track their partners. Vanessa leaned forward. How was the cabin? Peaceful. 3 days with no Wi-Fi, no Marcus checking in. Just me, books, and silence. And now you're home and he's not answering. I unblocked him, called, texted. Nothing. My phone rang. Diana, my sister. I put her on speaker. Cal? Have you checked your accounts? Her voice sounded strange. What accounts? Banking, investments, everything. Marcus called me yesterday, said you two had a big fight. We didn't fight. I just went to the mountains for the weekend. Well, he told me you were divorcing him. Said he was heartbroken. My stomach dropped. That's insane. I just needed a break. Cal, Diana's voice dropped. Check your accounts. Now. I opened my banking app while Vanessa watched. The color drained from my face. It's empty, I whispered. Everything. Our savings, checking, even my personal account is zeroed out. The investment portfolio too? Diana asked. Another check, another zero. Everything, I confirmed, my voice hollow. Almost $200,000. Gone. There's more, Diana continued. He told Mom and Dad you had a mental breakdown. Said you accused him of cheating, threatened him. What? I never... Marcus texted everyone in your circle, Vanessa interrupted, scrolling through her phone. Look at this group chat. He's telling people you've been unstable for months. That lying... I stopped, the realization hitting me. This wasn't impulsive. He planned this. Cal. Diana's voice softened. I hate to ask, but did you notice anything before? Any signs? I thought back to the past few months. The late nights at work, the sudden interest in our finances, the subtle comments about my emotional state to friends. He's been setting this up for months, I realized, and I just handed him the perfect opportunity. What are you going to do? Vanessa asked. I took a deep breath. Find him, and make him pay for every single lie. He cleared out his office last week, Dominic told me over lunch. My coworker had become friends with Marcus through company events. Said you two were moving to Seattle for your mental health. We planned a goodbye happy hour, but he canceled last minute. Seattle? I've never even mentioned Seattle, I said, pushing my untouched salad away. Did he say anything else? That you'd been struggling, seeing things that weren't there. He seemed really worried about you, Cal. Dominic looked uncomfortable. I should have called you directly, but it sounded private. It's a lie. All of it. My voice shook. I took a weekend trip to the mountains, alone. When I got back, he'd drained our accounts and disappeared. Dominic's eyes widened. That's not what he told us. What exactly did he say about me? That you'd accused him of affairs with random women? That you were paranoid, refusing medication? He showed texts. Dominic trailed off. Texts I never sent, I finished. He fabricated everything. My next stop was Mrs. Chen, our neighbor who watched our cat when we traveled. Oh, Calliope, thank goodness I've been worried. She ushered me inside. Marcus said you were in a special hospital. He brought papers showing I shouldn't contact you. What papers? Something about a restraining order? That you were having delusions? He moved all your things out Tuesday. He took my things. Where? A storage unit, he said. For when you're better. She wrung her hands. I knew something wasn't right. You were always so nice, so normal. But the papers looked official. They were fake, I said flatly. Everything was fake. When Diana arrived at my hotel room that evening, her attitude had changed completely. I called Marcus's sister, she announced. She had no idea about any mental health issues, but she did mention he's been seeing someone from his office for over a year. Jennifer, I whispered, the name suddenly making sense. His assistant? The late nights? The business trips? You knew? Diana looked shocked. I suspected. Found texts once, but he convinced me they were professional. I laughed bitterly. I actually apologized for doubting him. Cal, I'm so sorry I believed him initially. Everyone did. That was his plan. I paced the room. He's constructed this whole narrative that I'm unstable. Vanessa joined us, laptop open. I found something. Marcus filed for divorce 2 months ago, claiming mental cruelty. 2 months ago? But we were fine then. At least I thought we were. There's more, Vanessa continued. He's listed your house for sale. Closing is next week. He can't sell our house without my signature, I protested. Actually, he can, Diana interrupted. Remember last year when you refinanced? He had you sign power of attorney documents for the mortgage process? Those expired after closing, I insisted. Not if he created new ones, Vanessa said quietly. With your forged signature. The pieces fell into place. The disappeared money. The fabricated mental health crisis. The storage unit. The house sale. He's erasing me, I realized. Making me look crazy so nobody questions him taking everything. What do we do? Diana asked. I straightened my shoulders. First, we document everything. Then we find Jennifer. She's the key to locating Marcus. And then? Vanessa asked. Then I make sure he regrets the day he decided to mess with my life. Jennifer froze when she saw me walk into the coffee shop, exactly as Vanessa predicted. Calliope, she stammered, glancing at the exit. I didn't expect to see me outside the psychiatric hospital Marcus told everyone I'm in. I slid into the seat across from her, Dominic and Vanessa flanking me. Funny thing about being declared mentally unstable, people check. I don't know what— Stop, I interrupted. Marcus is meeting you here in 20 minutes. I saw your texts. Her eyes widened. You hacked my phone? No need. Your Instagram account is linked to your work email, which uses the same password as everything else. Amateur move. What do you want? Jennifer glanced nervously at her watch. Just to talk to my husband. The one who emptied our accounts, sold our house, and told everyone I'm having a psychotic break. Jennifer's face flushed. He said you were abusive, that you threatened to kill yourself if he left. And you believed that without question? Did you also believe he was divorced when you started sleeping with him? Or did that part not matter? He said the divorce was finalized last month, she whispered. There is no divorce. There was never any abuse. There are no restraining orders. It was all fiction designed to isolate me while he stole everything we built together. The door chimed. Marcus walked in, freezing when he saw me. Calliope, he managed, his charm slipping into place. You're out. Never was in, Marcus, despite your best efforts. His eyes darted between Jennifer and me. This isn't what you think. What I think? What about what our friends think? Our families? Our bank? The real estate agent selling our house? My voice remained steady. What do they all think, Marcus? I can explain everything, he started, sliding into the chair beside Jennifer. You needed help, Calliope. You weren't yourself. When did I threaten suicide, Marcus? What date? What time? Who was there? Because I have calendars, witnesses, and location data proving where I actually was every day you claimed I was having episodes. You deleted the texts, he insisted, looking at Jennifer. She deleted everything when she realized I was documenting her behavior. Interesting theory, Vanessa interjected. Except Cal's phone backs up to my cloud account. We have every text you ever sent her. Marcus's face hardened. Nobody will believe you. I've got signed statements from friends, colleagues, about my deteriorating mental health, my paranoid accusations. I leaned forward. Did Jennifer know you were building a new life with our money? That the down payment on your love nest came from my inheritance? Jennifer looked at Marcus. You said that money was yours from a work bonus. It was, he snapped. Everything was mine. I earned it all while she played at being a career woman. There it is, I said softly. The real Marcus. You think you're so clever, he snarled, mask fully dropped. Coming here with your little entourage? Not clever, just prepared. I nodded toward Dominic, who had been quietly recording the entire conversation. Unlike you. Marcus lunged across the table, grabbing my wrist. You give me that recording or I swear. You'll what? I challenged. Hurt me in front of witnesses? Add assault to fraud, theft, and defamation? You ruined everything, he hissed, tightening his grip until Dominic pulled him off. No, Marcus. You did that all by yourself. The freeze on all accounts is confirmed, my lawyer Stephanie announced 3 days later. He can't access any more funds until the court sorts this out. What about the house sale? Diana asked. Canceled pending investigation? The title company got nervous when they received our fraud alert. Stephanie smiled. The forgery on the power of attorney wasn't even good. Classic overconfidence. Detective Rivera nodded. We've documented everything. Financial fraud, identity theft, filing false reports, plus the assault at the coffee shop gives us cause for immediate action. Will I get my money back? I asked. Most of it, Stephanie confirmed. We've already located the bulk in a new account he opened. The rest will recover during divorce proceedings. And his job? Vanessa asked. His firm has placed him on leave pending investigation. Financial crimes don't look good for investment managers. The confrontation came sooner than expected. Marcus appeared at Diana's house, where I was staying. 5 minutes, he pleaded through the door. Just hear me out. Diana looked at me. Your call. I nodded. Let him in. Marcus entered, looking nothing like the polished financial advisor I'd married. Unshaven, rumpled, desperate. Calliope, we need to talk privately, he insisted. Anything you have to say can be said in front of my sister. He ran his hands through his hair. This has gotten out of hand. We can fix this. Fix what exactly? The money you stole? The lies you told? The life you destroyed? I made mistakes, he admitted, voice breaking. I panicked when you blocked me. Thought you'd discovered everything. But I love you, Calliope. We can start over. Love? I laughed. You don't even know what that means. Please, Jennifer meant nothing. The money? I'll return everything. We can go to counseling. Why would I consider that? Because we had 8 years together, he pleaded. That has to count for something. It counted for nothing to you when you were sleeping with Jennifer, stealing my inheritance, and telling everyone I was mentally ill. I was scared of losing you, he insisted. No, you were scared of losing control. There's a difference. What do you want from me? His voice hardened. Nothing. Not anymore. The courts will handle the rest. His face transformed, charm replaced by cold fury. You think you've won? This isn't over. Actually, it is. Diana stepped forward. The restraining order takes effect today. You're not allowed within 500 feet of Calliope. You're making a mistake, he warned, backing toward the door. No, Marcus. I made a mistake 8 years ago. I'm fixing it now. After he left, Diana hugged me. You okay? Better than I expected, I admitted. It feels good to take back control. 2 months later, we gathered at Diana's to celebrate the final court decision. I still can't believe he tried to flee the country, Vanessa said, passing me a glass of champagne. Classic narcissist move, Dominic replied. Once he realized he couldn't charm or threaten his way out, he tried to run. Thank goodness for airport security, Mrs. Chen added. And that anonymous tip? I smiled, knowing Jennifer had finally done the right thing after discovering Marcus had tried to frame her for helping with the financial fraud. To justice. Stephanie raised her glass. 6 months in jail for the assault, 3 years for the financial crimes, and full restitution ordered. And to new beginnings, I added. The therapy practice opens next month. From victim to victim's advocate, Diana beamed. Using your experience to help others spot the warning signs of financial abuse? Speaking of which, Dominic said, your story on the legal blog has gone viral. 3 women have already come forward about similar situations. That's why I shared it, I nodded. The isolation, the gaslighting, the financial control, it follows a pattern. The more people recognize it early, the better. What would you tell someone just starting to see the red flags? Mrs. Chen asked. Trust yourself, I said firmly. Document everything, and remember that no one, not even someone who claims to love you, has the right to control your life. And sometimes, Vanessa added, squeezing my hand, blocking someone is just the beginning of setting yourself free. Later that evening, as everyone was leaving, Diana pulled me aside. You know what I'm proudest of? She asked. What's that? That you never once doubted yourself once you saw the truth. You fought back with facts, not fear. I smiled. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. To Calliope, she toasted, who needed space, found betrayal, and built something stronger from the ruins. To all of us, I corrected. The family we choose is the one that matters most.